Couple's fake garage gets discovered, police ask for harshest sentence possible. They chose to build a fence to surround their property after realizing that their neighbors were becoming nosy. They believed they could exhale with relief now that they were out of sight of curious eyes. They continued to work on their project while cutting themselves off from the outside world and playing music to cover their tracks. But they were unaware of one gap in their fence, a little opening through which anyone could peer. A nosy neighbor decided to file a complaint against Rita Hertzala and Hamdi Olmasri, which brought all they had accomplished to a screeching halt. Hertzala, 37, and Olmasri, 39, were content with their lives in Enderby, England. There wasn't much going on in the small, sleepy town. Therefore, everyone was stunned to hear about the controversy the pair had caused. Their brick home was situated close to a major highway. A one-car garage was located on the roadside. People were unaware of what was concealed within its doors. They had always maintained a low profile. They both worked as doctors and had plenty of experience visiting hospitals. When they got home from their irregular work hours, they never came out of their house. Despite the fact that their neighbors never caused a stir, they were fairly curious. What could they be doing? They grew more curious once they noticed something strange coming out from their garage. It spilled high into the air and vanished just as swiftly as it had appeared. The neighbors began speculating about what it might be among themselves. It was some sort of vapor or smoke. Why would they want to keep it a secret if they were maybe building something? Theories after theories were made. The couple knew that the neighbors were onto them, and they began to grow suspicious, so they had to take measures to keep their business a secret from prying eyes. After receiving the timber they had purchased from a nearby business, they got to work. They constructed a wooden fence to enclose their land. Nobody could find out what they were doing, but the neighbors weren't going to give up so easily. Even though the neighbors were just engaging in harmless gossip, now they felt that the couple actually had something to hide. As they pondered what they had to conceal, alarm bells began to ring in their thoughts. They were worried about what their neighbors could be doing and how it could be impacting their community. The neighbors carried on their conversation and soon began to worry. But the couple believed they could exhale with relief once their barrier was built. However, their fence had the opposite effect of what they had hoped. Now, the neighbors were more curious than ever, and they were going to try to learn the truth. The pair had no idea what would happen next. Following their shifts at the hospital, Rita and Hamdi went straight to the garage to continue working on their project after they got home. This hidden lifestyle had become something of a habit. However, the couple was working away in their garage without realizing how eager their neighbors were to learn their secret. They were in their daily groove with their loud music while more than one pair of eyes were watching them through the small gap in their fence. Still unaware, the eyes grew 2 by 2 and soon people were looking for their phones and an emergency number to call to put a stop. Though when a scene started to develop in front of their house, Rita and Hamdi were completely unaware of it. Neighbors gathered around as police showed up. Things were about to go down and the neighbors were glad to see they finally solved the mystery. Authorities discovered that the garage door wasn't attached after giving it a closer look. It was only a facade, one that had been set up to hide the couple's recent activities. To keep it from being discovered by law enforcement, they had fencing around the garage. And when the media got hold of the story, things took a strange turn. In the UK, obtaining planning clearance is very serious business. The couple had added a second home to their land by turning their garage into a little house, despite the fact that this garage was actually meant to be a parking space to prevent parking on the street. None of these modifications had received legal authorization. But the false garage wasn't the only alteration they had made. The officials also found more planning infractions. Additionally, the couple had constructed a second driveway that led right up to a busy roadway. Authorities claimed that the couple also engaged in illegal activities within the highway and established unauthorized vehicle access onto the busy B4114 dual carriageway. In an effort to keep the changes to their Enderby property, Rita and Hamdi had submitted an after-the-fact planning proposal to the district council. However, the couple's application was turned down. Once more, they made an attempt, but this time they turned to a higher authority. However, their application was once more rejected. Months later, Rita and Hamdi took down the illegal fencing. It looked like they were about to finally comply with the law. Authorities, however, discovered a massive garage door propped up across the front of the garage when they visited their house for the follow-up inspection. The little house was still being used as one. Officials were forced to file legal action against the couple after neighbors informed them that one of the couple's employees resided in the garage that had been converted into a home. Rita and Hamdi didn't show up for the hearing that was held in the matter at the neighboring court. And, since the report about the couple secretly converting their garage into a tiny dwelling was released, the story has gone viral online. Rita, though, brought up her own version of the incident on Facebook. Internet users quickly went into a frenzy. Rita claims the narrative is biased against her and her husband and contains untrue information that has been slanted in a negative direction by the media. She also denied claims that she and her husband turned the garage into a house so that they could rent it out to a worker or anyone else. Rita further stated that while they were getting ready for installation, the fake garage door had only been propped up against the front of the building momentarily. She insists that it wasn't placed there in an effort to conceal their tiny second home. Looking through the comments that users have left on Rita's post, as well as on articles about the dispute, the issue is clearly a divisive one. But around half of the readers have decided to side with Herzala and her husband. Rita's Facebook post sparked conflicting responses online, but the authorities were committed to bringing a successful case. They were each ordered to pay a $1,000 fine, including a legal cost of $1,600, and a $100 victim surcharge, and ordered to restore the garage to its original use.